guys, I'm here at Kinokuniya. Let's find it. Oh, yes. This is it. So that was just a vlog of me heading to Kinokuniya in Singapore to get the last issue of Guitar Techniques magazine. This is just off topic, but it's getting more and more difficult to get magazines in Singapore, books especially, because a lot of bookstores are closing down. We just saw the closure of Times Bookshop, which was a major bookstore in Singapore and it had been around for a long time. Years ago, a lot of stores have closed, from MPH to Borders, so on and so forth. And Kinokuniya, I think, is now the last major bookstore in Singapore that's still carrying English books at least, and magazines. And of course, in Holland Village, we had Thambi Magazine Store, which I think was one of the best magazine stores in Singapore. You can find anything and everything there. It also closed recently, so it really is the end of printed literature in Singapore, to me at least. I was quite taken aback by the closure of Guitar Techniques magazine. One, because I was just reading about Guitar Player magazine being closed, and maybe I missed a line, but I assumed that it was just only Guitar Player magazine that was closing. So when I heard that Guitar Techniques magazine was going to push out its last issue, I was quite sad. I grew up with Guitar Techniques magazine. I've been reading it for close to 20 years now, and it's very much shaped my playing as a guitar player, and as a guitar educator. It's also provided me with valuable inspiration and materials for me to use to teach my students as well. So it has been a very valuable tool in my development as a musician, as an educator, and it's just quite sad to see it go. Compared to other guitar magazines, I've always preferred Guitar Techniques, really, because from cover to cover, it was just chock full of lessons. There was not much reviews. It was just really, as I said, cover to cover lessons. They had lessons catering to classical guitar, to pop guitar, to classic rock, to modern jazz, fusion, and even gent. So they really covered a wide range of genres and styles. The best part is that the lessons were recorded and written by really monster guitar players. You had people like Pete Carlisle, you had Stuart Ryan, you had Sean Baxter. All these were monster players in their own right in the UK. I believe some of them are teaching at schools, some of them have their own independent teaching websites now. You should go and check them out. And did you know that Guthrie Govan, the famous fusion guitarist, was also a regular contributor to the magazine as well? One of the more famous YouTube videos that I think made him very popular was an audio recorded YouTube video where he played the rhythm styles and lead styles of many guitarists, and it showed the world how versatile he was as a guitar player. That actually came from an article in Guitar Techniques magazine. Now, a magazine means business when they're willing to analyze, print, and record and transcribe the styles of scary guitar players like Pat Metheny or even Alan Holdsworth for that matter. I've been reading Guitar Techniques magazine for many years. I've even subscribed to their regular monthly issues, so they would send the issues over from the UK, I think for at least a good 2 to 3 years, because it was cheaper than buying it in the magazine stores over here. And yeah, I've gone from, just to show you how long I've been reading the magazines, I don't know if anyone remember this, I've actually gone from the plastic CD cases to when they shifted over to the more cardboard CD cases, to now when they have just MP3s that you can download online. That's how long I've been reading Guitar Techniques magazines. Of course, I missed out on the cassette tape era. I wasn't old enough for that, so that's the era I kind of missed out. And I still remember that they had to stick the CDs onto the magazines, and it came with this really sticky rubber that you could just roll out, and then it would come off easily. So yeah, that's how long I've been subscribing to Guitar Techniques magazines. I still remember the DVDs, the special DVDs that they would send out, amazing stuff. yeah, so these are some of the issues I have. I think it's one of the older ones. You can see the format has changed from this to the last issue. So what makes Guitar Techniques magazine really stand out? I've already mentioned that it's written by really good guitar players and they know their stuff and they have the credentials, the lessons are very, very good. I feel that it's very worth your money. Over here we're paying about maybe $19 for it, 19 Sing dollars for a magazine. And you have the editorial page, you know, you have some maybe 1 or 2 interviews, but right from page 7 you have your first guitar lesson, which is, you know, Phil Hilborn's 1 Minute Lick, very famous article. And then from then onwards, from page 16 in this particular issue all the way till page 80 is just chock full of lessons. That's a lot of pages worth of material that you can pour through, and it's very well organized. You have riffs that you can learn from favorite guitarists. You have a guitarist spotlight. Maybe they will feature, for example, Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, and they will talk about his rhythm styles, or maybe they'll talk about his soloing styles. They tackle different genres. So I think what I really like about the magazine is that it's very well-rounded. It's not particularly slanted to one genre that the editors like. They try to cater to everybody. And anyone who wanted to become a versatile guitarist, you can use Guitar Techniques magazine or any issue of it, and it will really give you an insight to many styles that you could pick up and learn. And the great thing about the recorded stuff they will include is that they will include an audio clip from the guy who wrote the article, and then he would play the track for you, and then there will be a backing track for you to play over. So very well thought out, very well thought out, and very, very valuable to the person who's learning the lesson. Guitar Techniques magazine has really helped my playing, and I'm really sad to see it cease publication, because I really think that in the world of guitar tuition, it was a very, very valuable resource. It's very worth the money you pay for what you get in the magazine, all the videos and all the MP3s that you're going to get as a result of buying this magazine. And I feel that for better or worse, the guitar world has lost a very valuable resource. With Guitar Player and Guitar Technique magazine ceasing publication, I think to me personally, it's going to be interesting to see the future of guitar education. Most of it has moved online. You have great websites like TrueFire and other private guitar websites that you could go to. I think it'll be interesting to see the trajectory it takes, and I look forward to it. But at the same time, I'm going to miss Guitar Techniques magazine and all the memories that it brought over the years. To all the editors and to all the contributors of Guitar Techniques magazine, thank you so much for your valuable lessons, and I hope one day to meet you in person if I ever go to the UK. See you around.